Hello, David McKinley here with another devotion from the book of Genesis as a preview to this weekend's message. Genesis chapter 28 tells the story of Jacob fleeing his brother Esau, and he's going from Beersheba, which is in the extreme south, and he's headed up to Paddan Aram, or Haran, where he is hopeful to find a wife. His mother Rebekah sent him this way so that he would not marry one of the Canaanite women, but rather he would get his wife from among her brother's household. And our story takes up as he's on his journey. Genesis 28 reads this way. Jacob left Beersheba and went toward Haran, and he came to a certain place and stayed there that night, because the sun had set. Taking one of the stones of the place, he put it under his head and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, there was a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven. And behold, the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. And behold, the Lord stood above it, and said, I am the Lord, the God of Abraham your father, and the God of Isaac. The land on which you lie I will give to you and your offspring. This story of what is also known as Jacob's ladder is God revealing himself to the third patriarch. And this is going to turn out to be a monumental experience for Jacob, because up until this time, and a little bit longer, Jacob is known as by that name, Jacob, which actually means deceiver. But on this occasion, God reveals himself to Jacob, and Jacob has what some would call a conversion experience. In fact, this vision of a ladder or a staircase that would go from the earth to heaven reminds us, one, of what we read in Genesis chapter 11 of the Tower of Babel, and how mankind at that time desired to make a tower that would stretch into heaven. And by doing so, the human population at that point said, let us do this so that we can be like God. Well, here is an antithesis of that experience where God shows Jacob a large staircase that ascends into heaven. And here the angels of God are ascending and descending on it. And God is at the very top, and he is speaking to Jacob, revealing himself to Jacob who he is. He's the God of Abraham and the God of Isaac. Then we read in the Gospel of John in chapter 1 how Jesus calls Philip and Nathanael. It says, the next day Jesus decided to go to Galilee, and he found Philip and said to him, follow me. Now Philip was from Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. And Philip found Nathanael and said to him, we have found him of whom Moses in the law and also the prophets wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. Nathanael said to him, can anything good come out of Nazareth? Philip said to him, come and see. Jesus saw Nathanael coming toward him and said of him, behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom there's no deceit. Nathanael said to him, how do you know me? Jesus answered him, before Philip called you, when you were under the fig tree, I saw you. Nathanael answered him, Rabbi, you are the Son of God, you are the King of Israel. Jesus answered him, because I said to you that I saw you under the fig tree, do you believe? You will see greater things than these. And he said to him, truly, truly, I say to you, you will see heaven opened, and the angels of God ascending and descending on the Son of Man. So here you have in Genesis 28, God giving Jacob this vision of a staircase going up into heaven, and the angels of God ascending and descending on it. And then you have Jesus in John chapter 1 making that same reference, saying that essentially he's that staircase, that you will see the angels of God ascending and descending on him. So this is a wonderful connection. And it tells us that the story of Jacob's ladder is really a revelation of who Jesus Christ is. Jesus is our staircase into heaven. He's our connection with the God of the universe. Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. And so if we want to have a relationship with God, we must go through Jesus. We must have a relationship with Jesus. For Jesus is God. He's the second person of the Trinity, and he is worthy of our praise and our worship. So this week, we will be discussing that passage in the Old Testament, Genesis 28. We hope that you're able to join us. We will have traditional service at 9 a.m. and our contemporary service at 10:45 a.m. We'll also be recognizing our veterans, and we will be reading the names of all those loved ones from our congregation that have gone on to be with the Lord, what we know as All Saints Sunday. May the Lord bless you, and I hope to see you soon.